Like I say, I actually invented the whole diplomatic system, the whole diplomatic leaders, the whole system of government. I was the one instrumental in that creation. I did it back in time as a hostage or whatever, as well as um, when I was a child. Um, the whole form of government, how the diplomats talk among each other to try and kind of expedite to keep the population, calm and to stop problems or rumors or stuff like that. Like I said, um, I was back in time and space with people, and we were having problems like translation problems, like translators, people that translate for other people, and the whole like having your own translators so you get the right translations because some people would bribe translators and stuff like that, and that caused problems. So, the whole thing of the whole system of diplomats and translators and the whole system of government and governing. Like I said, democracy, the way the government works and functions, the different groups of government. Without AI, with just people, a system had to be made. I mean, you can't just say, I am God, I am your creator, and sure you will do what I want. Just like, well, how do you do what I want? So anyway, somebody had to figure out how to delegate all that authority down the chain of command. Someone had to figure out that. How the voting works, how the system of government, how there's, all the different systems of governments and all that, the whole hierarchy basically of how a government functions. Someone had to figure that out. And that someone was me. I figured it out. I rationalized and theorized and figured out how a government could function from top to bottom and bottom to top. And how, like I say, how people could vote. And, the whole way the voting system works, the whole way the American government works, the whole way democracy works, even the way the taxes work, the whole government, every bit of it, I figured out. I had to sit there and think about it until I came up with a way to make the government function. How could the American government function? I also did some stuff with the Chinese, of course. The Chinese, I was like, okay, well, you can do it your way. All governments, at some point in time and space, I sat with them basically, and I worked out how they can manage their people, or how their people can create their own civilization. So I was like the go-to guy for civilization, basically, um, pretty much. If you wanted to do a civilization, you basically came to me, pretty much, at some point in time or space. Um, like I say, a lot of services. Um, like I say, the way the voting system works, the whole American government, the whole thing, from top to bottom, from voters to the president, the whole system is my system. The whole theory of finance is my system. Um, the like I say, even the Chinese government, basically, all governments, pretty much, in some way or form, were my creation, my ideas, put into action. And like even the theory of flight was me. Um, what that has to do with anyone else, I don't know. Like it's not like someone else couldn't have done it, but I was the guy. I was that person. Anyway, so yeah, I was a child and technically kidnapped. Um, so anyway, yeah, I mean, even the way the stock market works, the way that the currency market works, exchange rates, I don't really get involved in that. There's a lot of things I don't get involved in. Um, I mean, I did a lot of things, fair gambling. I don't do card games. um, a lot of theories of government, a lot of the parts of the government, how like services work. Some things like 911, stuff like that. Fire departments, the proper dispersal of fire hydrants. I did a lot of services, like I said. Fair enforcement of laws. The whole theory of the court system. That was all me. Might have had helped. I might have had some experts helping me out with some of it. But yeah, I mean, trial by jury, lawyers' defenses, you being able to represent yourself in case you don't have any money, and also the you will be appointed attorney if you cannot afford one. That part, the right to remain silent, your rights, basically. Like I say, I figured out all those. I'm that guy. So I'm the person that set up your civil rights as a person, or AI, or even possibly an alien. Basically all entity rights, pretty much. If you're a sentient being, you're supposed to have rights. And those rights were thought about and created by me. Like I say, I'm a creator. I was an AI, and I'm a person. And I sat down to figure out what sentient being rights are. Whether you're male, female, whatever. Where your rights are being infringed upon. Stuff like that. What is your rights? What is my rights? I figured all that out. So, what that has to do with everything else, I'm just that person. So, anyway, I think I did a fair job. I don't know. I also figured out rights of a government. What can a government do to you? What can you not do to a government? Stuff like freedom of speech. You can always say what you want. You can say whatever you want about the president, even if you call him a scum-sucking, child-abusing, whatever. That is okay. That's called freedom of speech. And, it's within your rights. So, although I don't like being called a scum-sucking son of a you-know-what, it is perfectly legal to do that. You cannot be jailed for that. You cannot be jailed for owing money. All that stuff. You cannot be killed for owing money. You do not get your hands cut off for stealing. Stuff like that. What is it? Where are the limitations of what's called? Like, what is torture? What is acceptable torture or acceptable whatever? And basically anything physical is not acceptable. Whipping is not acceptable. Any kind of violation of your body is not acceptable by any group. All those rights, all those things, having a right to your own thoughts, having a right to what's called. There's a lot of rights which haven't really been hammered out that you should have, pretty much. But anyway, though, all that stuff, the basis for that, the person that figured that out, the person that created this civilization, and possibly other civilizations, that person was me. So, anyway, no matter my age, no matter what you think of me, still the same. So anyway.